Dear students, today I'll be talking with you regarding the recent developments between the China and USA. Some diplomatic tensions have come up in the recent past. America have decided to shut down one of the consulates of China in Houston. Houston falls in the Texas state of USA. Before discussing this, I would like to go in history. The diplomatic tensions remained in the past between China and USA. After the Second World War, China and USA were not having diplomatic relations because of their ideology. China was having a communist ideology, whereas USA was having a capitalist ideology. Though both are the different ideology, and China was ruled by Mao Zedong, who used to say, power comes out from the barrel of the gun. And one incident happened in 1971. That is, there was a tournament in Japan, the town of Japan, that was Nagoya. The tournament was of the ping pong. Ping pong is another name for the table tennis. On 5th April 1971, there was a match between the Chinese team and the US team of table tennis. The Chinese team was very much impressed from the US team, and they asked the US team to come to China. And US team visited the China. There were no diplomatic relations between the two. And USA was having a diplomatic relation with another China, that is Taiwan. And Taiwan was anti the mainland China. Rather, mainland China was anti-Taiwan. And it was on 10th April 1971, entire US team went to China. Then Henry Kissinger, who was a Secretary of State, he visited China in July 1971. And on 25th October 1971, the US president recognized China, the mainland China. 1972, US President Richard Nixon visited China. That was a first ever visit of a US president to China. And in 1979, the diplomatic relations were established between China and USA. It might be because in 1978, China opened up its economy. Now, diplomatic relations for the first time were established. Up till now, there were many tensions between the China and USA. Recently, one of the states of USA, that is Texas. In Texas, there is one town, Houston. There's a consulate of China in Houston. Just a couple of days back, there was a fire in the Chinese consulate. And US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said China should vacate its consulate within 72 hours. Because China is involved in the cyber crimes and getting information of US businessmen and trying to bring the unemployment in the USA. This is how Mike Pompeo accused China. Apart from this Houston consulate, there are 5 more consulates of China in USA other than the embassy at Washington, D.C. Now, why Houston only consulate is asked to vacate? It is yet to be clear. But there are presumptions by the various agencies. It can be a link between the fire in the consulate and tearing off some documents. Houston consulate is said to be the hub of Chinese communists who are involved in the spying. Now, in response, China says, if USA won't take back a decision, China will retaliate. Relations between US and China are not going well since past couple of months. Recently, on 21st July, the 2 Chinese students were arrested by the US police on the plea that they are hacking the formula of the medicine related to the corona. China replied, USA is lying. Both in the past accuses each other for corona pandemic. USA say it is a Chinese virus, and China say it is USA who brought the corona. Both shunted out their journalists from each other nations. Then USA says China's claim on South China Sea is illegal and irrelevant. US ran a campaign to blacklist Chinese company of Hawaii. And recently, UK have blacklisted the Hawaii company. The new law, which was passed by China to finishing the status of Hong Kong, USA rejected it. Now, students linked with the Chinese army are banned in USA. Students as well as researchers. Then America criticized China over the Uyghur issue, where China made a lot of atrocities on the Uyghur Muslim community. USA made arms deal with Taiwan while bypassing the China. America says Chinese government is stealing the research and technology of America. This is how America is accusing China since last few months. Apart from the Houston consulate, there is another consulate of China in America is in the news, that is of San Francisco. Why? Because one lady, that is one Chinese lady Tang Zhuang. She's a scientist, and according to the USA, she hid her identity as she's seen in the pictures in the uniform of PLA, and she had a strong link with the Chinese army. And while applying while applying visa to USA, she didn't mention that she is from the Chinese army. Now, FBI, an agency of USA, wanted to arrest her for this fraud, but she taken the shelter in the S.C.O consulate. And America says PLA means Chinese People's Liberation Army is involved in this. Now, China might take some action in retaliation, as China have already announced that in southwestern city of Chengdu, they might ask USA to shut down its agency, to its consulate. According to the Global Times, a very popular newspaper, it is mentioned that China may use may ask US consulate in Wuhan to shut down. Now, this is a very serious diplomatic crisis. If it happens, it can harm the entire world. Why? Because both the countries are the giants and they are the largest economies of the world. According to another view in USA, that it is a one policy of Mr. Trump. Why? Because number one, the elections are coming very closer in November, and secondly, Mr. Trump is totally failure in tackling the COVID-19. Whatever the cause may be, the tension between the two nations should be resolved soon. Thank you very much.